We're going to stick with the earnings theme. The second of Britain's government-controlled banks reported first-half results this morning, and it made an unpleasant contrast with this time last year. Paul George is in London right now. Paul, what's the latest?
Yes, thanks, Alison. Lloyds banking group coming in with a smaller than expected loss, £3.1 billion, but a bigger than expected set aside for bad debts. That came in at £13.4 billion. The Bloomberg survey suggested £11.3 billion. Direct comparisons in terms of earnings with this time last year are tricky for Lloyds banking group, as it was Lloyds TSB then, but suffice to say the old model returned a profit of almost £2 billion for the first half of 2008. That was before the Prime Minister suggested it might like to take over the ailing HBOS. It's an incredible story. Gordon Brown bumped into Lloyds chairman Sir Victor Blank at a cocktail party at the height of the banking crisis. Wouldn't it be a great idea for Lloyds to buy HBOS, he said. Don't worry about the competition rules. It's too big for us to let it go under. This, Brown might have said, was snatching victory from the jaws of disaster. HBOS CEO Andy Hornby paid with his job for the company's plight and returned to his roots in retail. He says the banking industry's bonus culture was to blame. Hornby did put some of his money where his mouth was, paying back about £700,000 in bonus payments. Well, the urgency of the situation last September left Lloyds very little time to think the deal through before an announcement was rushed out. However, although the terms of the deal were later renegotiated, Lloyds went ahead to the fury of many shareholders. Gordon Brown remains Prime Minister, for how long remains in doubt, but his co-conspirator, Sir Victor Blank, is being replaced next month as chairman of Lloyds by Wim Bischoff, former Citigroup boss and, significantly, a government advisor. So Blank's legacy is the biggest mortgage lender in Britain, but in return for last year's £17 billion bailout, he leaves 43% of his once proud and independent bank in the government's hands and shareholders deep in the mire. Back to you, Alison.
OK, Paul.